Hey up, you beautiful buggers. It's a noteworthy goblin, and in this video we're going to be building this. It's a train station, you know, just in case the railway tracks didn't give it away. But anyway, let's stop knobbing around and get into this build. First things first, we're going to need a location, aren't we? And I've decided to build here, right at middle of Mordor. Simply lovely. Now foundations wise, we're going to be keeping it simple. Unlike that sign there, I don't want to do too much work, especially in a climate such as this. Too much manual labour in the Ash Heap will cause a back waterfall that you don't want to go chasing. Anyhow, the foundation layout is just going to be a 4x3 rectangle. See, like I said, nice and simple. No fannying around with offsetting foundations. It's just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Get them down in the ground. Beautiful. Once you think you've completed that monumental task, jump in back of this dump truck here and just take a look at your work. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. For the next stage, we're going to be putting down some walls, and if you didn't guess from the opening shot of this build, we're going to be using unwallpapered brick walls. But before we do that, let's work out what layout we're going to go for. We could go for the traditional Appalachia train station, 2 doors and then 2 windows, I think it is. That's probably totally incorrect, but it's similar, I guess. No, yeah, you know what I mean, don't you? Beautiful. Once you're kind of happy with your layout, then we can start putting down some walls. But like I said, we want the white side, you know, the unwallpapered side facing outwards. So that means we're going to have to double them up, and it's dead easy to do, guys. I'm sure you've seen me do this, and you've probably done it yourselves. Place down a doorway, and then place down another doorway on top of it. I mean, it's easy, isn't it? It's bloody beautiful. No, it's really not. It's an extra step that Bethesda could easily remedy, but they choose not to. You see, it's comments like that that means every video I put out pushes me further away from a free chair from Bethesda. Free chairs aside, though, let's get back onto the main subject. Once you get to this side here, if you built your train station in the same spot as me, you may not be able to get a foundation down to double up your walls. Now, there's a few ways to remedy this, but we're going to stick with a simple one. Just stick down a catwalk, and that'll allow you to double wall. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it works. And who am I to turn my nose up at a cheesy walk around? The rest of it should be plain sailing. Just go around, put foundations down, or catwalks, it's up to you, and double your walls up. And once you've spent a good 5 minutes and 36 seconds placing down all these walls on a camp that nobody's ever gonna visit, then this is what you should be left with. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, truly beautiful. Now for this next bit, we're gonna put down some top arches on these middle 2 walls here, and yes, we are gonna double wall them as well. And this is gonna require using a flamethrower trap. Now, one of my Patreons, Brian, he absolutely loves using the flamethrower, so I've done this one for you, mate. Don't say I don't think about you. This is coming from the heart, this. I've done this especially for you. But yeah, let's just do it, shall we? Let's stop messing around now. As you can see, I'm building up stash boxes, and on top of these stash boxes, I'm gonna put down a flamethrower trap to burn the top arches. You may be thinking, why are you doing this? You don't need to. Just place down a top arch, the white side will be facing out. Well, yes, it will, but the little wooden trim around the top of it, you won't see it. And yes, I know, guys, this may seem like I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but it's little things like this that make your build look a little bit more professional. Not that I've ever done a professional build in my life, but I'm not a total savage. I do like a little bit of, you know, refinement. Yeah, that's the word we're going to go for. Anyway, once you've destroyed the top arch and spent way too much time putting down another one over the top of it, you can hit repair on the destroyed one, and once you do the other side, this is what you should be left with. See, it does look better, doesn't it? I don't talk total shit all of the time. From here, we can start putting on our roofs, and we're just going to start by putting some slopey boys all along the front here. Dead simple, dead easy, no pissing around. Once we've got all of these in, we're going to jump up to the top, and guess what we're going to do? Yep, we're going to destroy with a flamethrower trap. Yes, I know it's exciting, but please try to contain yourself and don't piss all over your couch. Now then, once we got all them roof pieces burnt, we can put some more in here, but you'll find that it may be a struggle because you've doubled up your top arches. Oh dear, what are we gonna do? But do not fear, TNG has a solution. We're just gonna place down a wall here and slap down a top arch on top of it. Beautiful. We can then snap down a slopey boy onto that, and then we can put another one on this side here. Get rid of the wall, and we'll be left with this. We can then go inside our build, and lo and behold, we can now snap some roof pieces in here. Simply lovely. When they're down, just go outside, delete the 2 roof pieces that are on the outside, and voila, job's a good one. Can you guess what the next step is? Yep, you got it 100% right. We're going to destroy them roof pieces with a flamethrower trap too. Again, I know it's exciting, guys, but please try to contain yourself. Once they're destroyed, go to the back of your build and slap down some more slopey boys. And again, what we're going to do when we've put these down, you guessed it, we're going to destroy all of them them buggers too. At this point, you're probably thinking, what the hell am I doing watching this video? And I agree with you, I can sympathise with that, but it could be worse. You could be out doing crack right now. There's always a positive. It's just with my content, you've just got to dig a little bit deeper to find them positives. Anyhow, once those roof pieces have all been burnt and you stop questioning why you started following this tutorial in first place, you'll be left with something like this. Now, as you can see, guys, I've put down some top arches on each side of the build here. It's the same process as we used for the middle ones. I didn't think I'd have to show you that again, but anyhow, we can now start putting down some flat roof pieces under our destroyed slopey boys. And we're going to be using these with the fancy concrete edges on them. Now, I decided to change the design of my build halfway through filming, so you'll notice in this segment of video, I change all the concrete piece roof things are on the front of my build into flat normal ones without that edging strip. You don't need to do that, guys. Just leave it as the fancy concrete one. Now, like I said before, all we're doing here is putting down flat roof pieces. You can use the normal one with the single concrete edge along the vast majority of it, but in the corners, make sure you use the ones which have the concrete trim around two sides of it. Does that make sense? Yeah, of course it does. And if it doesn't, I always thought it should have done. Once you've got them all in place, this is the effect you should be left with. Just ignore me putting this roof piece in here. It really doesn't matter. Now, on these foundations at front here, we're going to be putting catwalks down on the front and the side of it. Does that make sense? Yeah, of course it does. Just look at the bloody video if it doesn't. I know I can be hard to understand because I don't English proper. The only reason we're doing this is so we can place down some underpinnings, which I'll show you in a second. That second being, well, now. With those catwalks in place, it'll allow you to snap half walls to your foundations, and that's what you're going to do. You're going to snap down some walls in front of every visible face of said foundations. Don't worry about the back of the build, we'll get to that later. Once you've got them all down and you've deleted your catwalks, delete all the foundations too. Just bloody get rid of them. In the bin! And in the empty space left behind, we're going to put down some porches. Now, you've got a choice here. You can use the dark brown ones, which fit in with the trim around the roof really nicely and around the windows, or you could use the white ones. You could even use the log cabin set if you really wanted to, but I'd advise against it, because to be bluntly honest with you, it'd look bloody awful. But anyway, I'm going to go for the darker wood set, and if you did the same thing, this is what you should be left with. Now we're going to add a chimney to the build and some power. As you can see, I've repaired two of the roof pieces and I've changed them to the bright green tin set roof cabin thing. Yeah, you don't have to repair both of them. One will suffice, and I've only chose the green one because it's bright and it stands out. Once you've dragged your chimney up to the top of your build, I'm using the Camden Park stove, change the green slopey boy into a flat piece. You should then be able to place down your stove or chimney on top of it, change it back to a slopey boy, and voila, you have a functioning chimney. Simply lovely. And look at that, you see, when we change it to the haunted house roof, it matches in with our porches. Beautiful. For power, we're just going to get one of these little Voltec generators and we're going to slap a conduit on top of it. Once that's done, connect a wire from the conduit to the generator, drag it over to the destroyed roof area, and eventually you'll be able to place it down underneath the destroyed roofs. Out of sight, out of mind, and this will be enough power for a build of this size. You can then go around your build repairing all your roof pieces and changing them so they match whatever porch set you decided to use at the front. And this goes without saying, but make sure you remove the flamethrower traps too. Yeah, that'd be a belting idea. Once you've done that, take a step back and admire your hard work. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. For the next step, what we've got to do is put underpinnings all around the arse end of our build, and it's the same principle as what we did at the front. Unfortunately, you are going to have to remove all the walls that you put in. But guys, it's absolutely fine. Don't get annoyed about it. There's something rewarding in doing a job and then having to redo it all over again. Think of it as a character building exercise. Yeah, that's what I do every time I boot up Fallout 76. You then do the back walls here as well. Now, your half walls may not touch the floor exactly. I know it doesn't look brilliant, but we can kind of hide it with some brambles. And for the bits that we can't cover with brambles, well, we're just going to do the right thing and totally ignore it. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Once we've got all our underpinnings in place, you'll be left with something along these lines. And now would be a good time to go around and change all your doorways into windows, into walls, the sweat drops down my balls, just make it your own. When you get to the platform though, you may find, because of all these underpinnings, it's an absolute kick in the penis trying to, get inside your build, so we are going to have to address that. So on this wall here, we're going to destroy the underpinning with a flamethrower trap. It is going to take the top wall out with it as well, but yeah, we'll forget about that. We'll use precious resources to rebuild it. Once it's destroyed, we should be able to snap these concrete stairs over it and hit repair, and there you go, you've actually got access into your build now. That's handy. So at this point, this is what you should have here. Doesn't look too bad, does it? All I gotta do now is go around and throw down a little bit of decoration. On the front here, I'm gonna put down a quad so you know how late your train's running. Yep, simply lovely. And around the back, I'm just gonna start throwing down the brambles we mentioned to try and hide this horrible gap here. It's not gonna look 100% and it's not gonna work perfectly, but the effort's there and that's what matters. Over the windows, we could throw down some slatty boys just to make it look, you know, a little more abandoned and, well, shit. On this wall here, I'm going to throw down an extractor fan because that's where I've put my Protectron vendor behind it. You'll see what I mean at decoration part. And of course, we can throw down some more brambles. Why the hell not? And you know what? If you're feeling really spicy, you could even go around with a flamethrower trap and destroy some of the underpinnings and just leave them, well, destroyed. The world is your oyster on decorating. Speaking of decorating, I'm going to cut away now and show you some of what I've done to it, give you some ideas. As ever, it's not brilliant, it's not really my strong point, so please don't be too bloody disappointed in it. Catch you in a sec. There you go, guys. What do you reckon of that? It's not too bad, is it? You may actually be able to fool people into thinking it's an in-game train station. Nope, you definitely won't. As ever, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all my patrons. The extra support is much appreciated. If you guys want to see what extra benefits are included with said Patreon, then just take a look at the link down in description. And while you're down there, why not click on the Discord link, which will take you to, well, my Discord. It's a magical place full of lunatics such as myself. And of course, guys, if you did like the video, please hit that like button, and if you want to see more weekly Fallout 76 content, hit that subscribe button too. Anyhow, as we say it north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you at next one. Have fun.